According to the latest report, 27% of the UK property sales falls through, which means they do not complete. So how can you use this information to find a great deal for yourself? I'll be taking you straight to the presentation where I will share with you how you can use this information to find a great property deal. Alright, so how to find motivated sellers in 2021. Okay, so I'm just going to take you to the next slide here. So UK property market seems non-stop. Why? Because it's been fueled by stamp duty holiday and the recent 95% mortgage. As you can see on the graph there, the graph has got a very spike, which is for 2021. There's a little downturn over there. However, that downturn is still way up high compared to the previous year. So which means, the property market is still on a very strong line. Right, so let's look at some facts here. On average, 1 in 4 property transactions fall through. So what that means is 1 in 4, which is 25% of the property transactions actually doesn't happen due to various reasons, which I can cover in a different video. But in terms of numbers, approximately 225,000 properties annually falls through. Now, if that was happening evenly throughout the year, that's more than 4,000 properties every week that's coming back into the market, or properties that are falling through. Not all of them might come back, but definitely at some point, most of it probably will come back into the market. So this now causes a problem to the buyer and the seller. And what are those problems? Now, when this is happening, roughly about £2,700 per individual affected is wasted for various reasons, including roughly about 3 months of the time of the parties involved. So that's a lot of money. £2,700 is more than a monthly average income of a UK resident. So that's a lot of money there, which is wasted because of this. If you were a first-time buyer, then of course you're forced to rent for a longer period of time because the transactions actually did not complete. If you were a parent and you're expecting a newly born baby, and of course you were hoping to enjoy your new baby in a more spacious property, then you're again stuck into a smaller apartment if that's where you were for a longer period of time, which is not a nice thing as well. If you were a parent of a newly born baby and you were looking to enjoy your new life into a bigger, more spacious property, but then that property transaction didn't happen, then you were stuck into a smaller apartment for a longer period of time. Let's talk about sellers. Homeowners, your homes could be repossessed because if you couldn't sell the property within a certain time frame, and if you couldn't pay the loan, okay, so then maybe your home could be repossessed. So that, which is not a nice thing at all. And a sensible seller would want to make sure, or a homeowner would want to make sure that they are not in that position. If a couple who are divorced but living in the same house wanted to sell the property and move on, but that sale didn't happen, then you're stuck into the same house for a longer period of time. Like I mentioned earlier, roughly about 3 months of times from both parties is also wasted during this transaction, which unfortunately didn't happen. Also, if the property that you were trying to sell is empty and you're still paying rent and you're still paying the mortgage and the bills and the council tax, then you have to keep paying until it is eventually sold, which means that is also costing you money. So this is where the sellers now become motivated because they've already experienced those things which they don't want to repeat. So not, like I said earlier, not everybody will probably decide to bring the property back on the market, but I think majority will want to bring the property back on the market. And this is where, if you are in a very strong buying position, this is where you can now find great property deals. And therefore, what I'm saying is finding motivated seller is finding great property deals. And I wish you all the best. On the next video, I'm discussing a bit more details into how to access those motivated sellers through estate agents. Check out my next video.